So Columbus has a forward named Pierre Luc Dubois, who's been in a lot of trade rumors recently. So he requested a trade, I'd say probably about a week ago. Kind of came out before he signed his extension, which his extension was 2 years, $5 million per, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Wait, what did you just say it was?
His contract's $5 million for 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'd say a pretty solid contract for a pretty young player. You know, he got 2 more years of development in Columbus, but as I said before, he requested a trade. So where do you think Pierre Luc Dubois could possibly end up?
Well, this is pretty much known. Like he wants to go to Montreal.
Correct.
His last name is Dubois, and he has 2 first names. If that doesn't say French Canadian, then I don't know what the fuck does.
Yeah.
So the only thing he's missing is an accent over one of the letters in his name. However, the big return that I've heard so far, like that's or not likely, but like that people are assuming would make sense, is Montreal sends over Nick Suzuki.
That's what I heard as well.
Hear me out though. If I'm Montreal, I don't do it.
I'm hanging up the phone. Honestly, I think Suzuki's the real deal. I think he could be better or just as good as Dubois.
Right? Like he looks really fucking good.
So from Montreal's side, this is what I've heard. Romanov's an untouchable, so he will not be part of the deal. Suzuki, they do not want to trade Suzuki, but I think they would rather deal other pieces. And those pieces, this is what I've heard. Montreal wants to offer or has offered Kotkaniemi and Victor Mete. So they have offered those 2 pieces for Pierre Luc Dubois. Do you think that's enough to pry him from Columbus?
Those 2 alone?
I think maybe a draft pick. It's so tight. It's so close.
Kotkaniemi's got something special that I
No, he looked really good in the play-in. He looks so good.
I don't know, but to be honest, I'm just thinking like, why are you? Because think about it, Kotkaniemi and Suzuki. Why not just build around them? Maybe find a different way to get Dubois out of there. Maybe
I don't think you get one. I think it's got to be one of those 2, Kotkaniemi or Suzuki. If not, if I'm Columbus, I'm hanging up the phone.
Fuck that then. Just send Dubois somewhere. He doesn't want to stay. Like you don't keep a player that does not want to be there because then it's just gonna turn into another Matthew Sheen and your whole franchise going under. Fucking don't do that. But the only other forward I would think could potentially be in talks if they add something else is Drouin.
I didn't even think about Drouin. You know, 2 forwards that, you know, Drouin's a little older than Dubois. Drouin's had opportunities to produce and hasn't. Dubois has produced when given opportunity. So I definitely market the value higher for Dubois, and I'm pretty sure you agree with me on that. So
yep.
Maybe, I don't know, man. But if I'm Columbus, that's a risk. Like if I'm taking on Kotkaniemi, you're probably getting a top 6 center. That could be a first-line center, which Dubois might be. If I'm looking at Jonathan Drouin, I'm looking at a second-line forward. I don't know, man.
All I'm saying is Kotkaniemi and Suzuki should also be in the untouchables. If they're going to get rid of one, I vote they get rid of Kotkaniemi.
As well, yeah. If they're going to make that trade, you got to trade Kotkaniemi. You can't – I don't know. Suzuki's so good, dude. He's so good.
Suzuki's one of those prospects that he was already good, but then, like, his development is, like, going really fast.
Yeah, really fast. It was way too accelerated. So I think big things are coming Suzuki's way, and I feel like you just can't part away with that. You can't. So, but maybe another team Dubois settles on if Montreal doesn't, you know, work out. I've heard Winnipeg as a potential suitor. I've also heard over 20 teams called Columbus on Dubois. So there's a lot of interest out there, obviously, because Dubois is a really good forward. But if we're looking at Winnipeg, and if I'm Columbus, if Cole Perfetti is not part of that deal, it's a no deal for me. Or, you know who else in Winnipeg wants to leave?
Don't say it.
Patrick Laine for Pierre Luc Dubois.
Okay,
how unreasonable is that?
Well, let's think. Does Laine want to leave, or does Winnipeg want to get rid of Laine?
I don't even know. I think it's a little bit of both.
Okay, so hypothetically, if that were to happen, this kind of leaves Montreal back. Oh wait, why am I saying Montreal? Fucking Columbus. Fucking okay. Laine to Columbus for.
Dude, I'd say that's straight up. I think that's got to be straight up, right?
Well, they're both the same age. They're both going to be
Same
RFAs
draft
by the end of the
year.
deal.
Drafted number 2 and number 3.
However, you're getting two different players. The thing with Laine, though, is we always say this: he's a goal scorer. You don't come by that often.
Columbus needs that. Columbus needs that goal scorer. Winnipeg's, they got Kyle Connor, they got Ehlers. They need a solid playmaking center in Pierre Luc Dubois to perfectly fit. And we go to Columbus. We got some decent centers. You got Foodie, you got Texier. They're not there yet, but they're going to be there in the future. They got Benstrom in there too.
All right.
Dubois hurts because they need centers. But Laine is
the
so
thing
good.
to think about there is Stastny's got 1 year left on his deal. If he does not stay there, then that leaves a huge
glaring hole.
Exactly, that Dubois could fill. So that's possible. Actually.
Dude, it makes sense. It makes sense.
And then Laine is just gonna end up leaving because no one wants to stay in Columbus.
Oh yeah, he's just gonna leave. Oh my god, imagine. Oh my god, I can't even imagine that. Panarin leaves, Bobrovsky leaves, Duchesne leaves, Dubois X for a trade, and they got Laine and Laine fucking walks. Oh my god.
I don't know. All I'm saying is by the deadline, Dubois is gonna be on a different team.
You think so? I think it could turn into a Matt Duchesne situation where they just wait and then fucking nail the trade. Nail it. Could we see a 3-way trade for Pierre Luc Dubois?
You can never really predict a 3-way trade.
That's what. Yeah, it's completely random.
You kind of just find out about it on like the day of the deal.
Have we seen a 3-way trade since the Duchesne one? I don't think we have. If that was really small. We'll go with that.
Yeah, nothing.
Duchesne got traded in 2017 or 2016 from the Avalanche to the Blue Jackets or the Senators. My bad.
I think 17.
I'd say because they went on the run. The Senators went to the Cup or the conference final in 17. Was Duchesne on the team though? That I don't know. I don't think he was. Dude, was it 2018?
I don't know about that. I'm not really sure.
Late 2017, maybe. I don't know, but it really doesn't matter too much. But yeah, no, that's really interesting. Dude, Laine for Dubois.
Oh fuck that! I just thought of a better trade.
Shoot.
Pierre Luc Dubois for Tony DeAngelo.
Shut the fuck up. Get the fuck out of here. And what?
Ryan Strome.
No. That's not enough for me. Because
you're dumb.
A disgruntled attitude problem defenseman for a center that plays with Panarin.
Well, buddy, think about it. We already got Lafreniere, who's a French Canadian. Did we get another one?
I know, but I'm talking about Columbus' side of this, not your side of this. What does Columbus get?
Columbus wants.
They get a center that's going to drop off like Vlad Nemestikov when you trade for him, and a defenseman that's got attitude problems. No. No.
They don't have to know that.
If I know that, I'm pretty sure Jarmo Kekalainen knows that. So
that's the thing. His name is so Finnish. Like, how good is his English?
I think it's pretty decent. He's an NHL GM, and he's got to talk to the phone. He's got to talk on the phone with people. You know.
That's very true.
I'd imagine not fucking broken English. Maybe that's why fucking everyone leaves Columbus. Can't understand what the fuck Jarmo's saying.
Someone offers him a Happy Meal for like fucking Dubois. He just doesn't know what's going on. He's like,
he's like, okay. It's like, whatever, I think I'm hungry. But fuck it, that was Indian, that's not even Finnish, whatever. But
close enough.
I'd say it's close enough too. But yeah, it's interesting. If you were to say odds of 1 to 10, as in 10 being the highest odds, 1 being the lowest, how likely is a Pierre Luc Dubois for Patrick Laine 1-for-1?
I'm gonna go 4 for now, just because.
I was gonna say 4 too.
Just because Montreal seems pretty adamant into giving up one of those two. I don't agree with it.
Neither do I.
I really don't. But it's just kind of how the NHL works.
If Montreal doesn't work out, Winnipeg, that can really be it.
You,
Line it
you
for
said
Dubois.
you said something about Perfetti going the other way. Fuck that. I would not move Perfetti.
I wouldn't either, but would you move Patrick Line over Cole Perfetti? Really? Because Line like that, if you look at it with that logic. Because if you're trading Perfetti, it's Perfetti, and if you're trading Line, it's just Line.
You got to realize you also said that 20 teams called for him.
That is true. 20 teams at least inquired, see what was going on.
There are plenty of teams that could send something over.